welcome back, gang. Yeah, I went to the gym today. You know me, man, looking big as hell. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I wasn't gonna say anything, but you know, these guns are just popping out. So today's video, guys, is going to be about the camera that I actually use right now is the Canon R. I absolutely love this camera, and I'm just gonna start the video here. So, yeah. Okay, so first things first, I just wanted to clarify to everyone watching this video is that I am no professional photographer. I am no professional videographer. I do this as a hobby. I do this because I like it and I enjoy it and I love it, right? But I don't want to like get all scientific with this video and like say, oh, like this is the science of the camera and blah, blah, blah. Like I don't want to get too in depth with this kind of review kind of thing. That's just not me. Like I'm not very like tech heavy. I research the basic things that I want in a camera and then I go from there. I'm just going to talk about my experience with the camera. I've had this camera, I want to say for around 7 months, so not a long time, but I think I've had the camera where I've had it enough and I used it enough to give an honest review about it. When I first started photography, I had the Canon RP and it was a good camera to start off with, in my opinion. When I wanted to start a YouTube channel and I wanted to do more videos and I wanted to do like just more things with my camera, that's when I kind of found myself trying to upgrade. So today's video is just, I'm going to talk about why the Canon R is such a good camera in 2022. Okay, so if you're looking for a camera or you're interested in upgrading a camera or you're interested in selling your expensive camera and going to a lower camera, then you have to know what you want first in a camera. Like I can't tell you, or like a professional photographer can't tell you what kind of camera to buy. You have to know your needs before you even buy the camera. Like, are you more into video? Are you more into photography? Are you more into low light photography? All these things you have to answer yourself before you buy your camera, because all of those things, they matter and what specs you need in your camera. If you're new to photography, like it might be more challenging on what you might think that you want, but try to just get like a base on what you're going to do first. Like with me, I first started doing street photography. So I didn't need like a crazy camera because street photography is very basic and it's very easy to shoot. So the first reason I bought the Canon R was because the camera has C-Log. C-Log is something where, again, I'm not gonna get super into it, but C-Log it just shoots a very flat picture when you're recording a video. So you would be able to see outside, like it's not gonna be overexposed outside. If I'm recording me, you would see trees and you would see like the outside world outside of my windows. That's called dynamic range, and it's just more interesting to look at and it's more cinematic, if you say. So that's why I got the Canon R, because it has C-Log, which is very easy to edit after you have a flat image. Like you can add more blacks, you can add more contrast. Like it makes your image a lot better. Like I'll show you now what C-Log looks outside of the camera, which is very, very flat. Obviously, like you don't want to leave your image or your video like that because it's not going to look good. It's very flat, right? So this is why I say you should have this camera when you're a little bit more experienced so you can understand how to color grade your videos. With video and pictures, it's very different. So that's why I say you should try to just get more experience before you get the Canon R if you want to like do videos. But if you're someone that knows how to edit, this is still a great camera because, as I said, C-Log is very cinematic in my opinion, and that's why I chose the Canon R instead of any other camera that doesn't have it. So my second reason on why I got the Canon R is because this camera can't really shoot 4K. So 4K is obviously, it's a resolution, as most of you will probably know if you're watching this video. If you're familiar with the Canon R, yes, it can shoot 4K, but it's only 4K and a crop sensor. So if I'm shooting at 16mm right now, right? And if I shoot 4K, I believe it'd be like 35mm. Don't take my word on it. I'm not a science expert. I'm like, you know, it would be a lot more cropped in if I shot 4K. I'll give you an example. It would be like this. This would be my 16mm if I was shooting at 4K, right? So like you don't get like you don't get the full frame out of your camera. And if I'm buying a camera and if I have to crop in and it looks like 35 and it's so pinched in, it kind of defeats the purpose on shooting wide, because I like shooting wide, right? So there is no reason to shoot 4K for that reason, because it's so cropped in. And if I'm buying a camera and I want 4K, then this is not the camera for me. The Canon R does not have 120 FPS. This was very hard for me to decide, but this camera does not have 120 FPS, which again, I'm a perfectionist and I wanted that just to have it, you know? But I thought to myself, I don't even make videos yet, so why do I need 120 FPS, right? 60 and 24 is more than enough in my opinion for someone starting off with video. So again, like, decide on what you want first in your camera, then buy your camera based on that. But I wanted 120 FPS, but I'm not good at making videos yet. So I'm like, okay, I'll do a 60 right now. And if I feel the need, they want 120 FPS, then in the future I will definitely upgrade. But as of right now, as I said, I'm just starting YouTube. I'm just starting to make videos. So it's something that I felt like it would save on cost and something that I didn't need right at this moment. So that's why I chose the Canon R, plus the flip screen. I love the flip screen. YouTube, I feel like it's very essential to have. I wish I can have the camera and show you it, but I'm recording off the camera. So I'm gonna do my best to have some B-roll. So that was the video side. So I talked about the 120 FPS. If you want that, the Canon R is not for you. If you don't need it, the Canon R is for you. If you need a flip screen, the Canon R, I'm sure other cameras have flip screens as well, but I'm just showing you like the pros. So it has a flip screen and it has 4K, but it's very cropped in, which I don't like. If you want a 4K camera, I don't recommend you getting this camera for 4K. If you want HD, this camera will do wonders for you. It has C-Log. It's a very cinematic camera. If you're beginning in video, this camera is a great choice for you. It's very cheap from the options given to you, in my opinion. Okay, so for the picture side of this camera, I think this camera is perfect, for me at least. If you are planning to shoot professional soccer, professional sports, if you're a wedding photographer, if you're a wildlife photographer, this camera probably is not for you. This camera is great for me because I love to shoot street photography. Street photography, it's very simple to shoot. Honestly, you can use an old film camera. You can use any camera you want for street photography because there is no pace to it. And this camera is a faster camera than the Canon RP, which I do enjoy a lot. It is easier to shoot on a faster camera. It sounds better too, but for what I'm using it for, I use it for Instagram, I use it for YouTube, I use it for pictures on the wall that aren't printed yet. Again, like, you have to decide on what you want to shoot with. Like, if you want to take pictures to go on billboards, maybe I'll go with a higher megapixel camera. But for me, this camera is perfect for me. I don't need that amount of megapixels because I'm no professional. It's more than capable of what my needs are. So with me, I decided to get a full frame because that's what I needed. This camera is full frame. So if you're looking for a full frame camera with all the specs that I like with the camera, then it's a great camera. Again, I could be completely wrong, but from my experience, this camera is really good in low light. I don't really have any problems with ISO. I don't have to go bump up my camera to the highest setting because I shoot with a low f-stop, right? My lenses are like f.2 and 1.4. So with these lenses, it's easier to shoot in low light. So if you want to shoot in low light, like, you have to buy the right equipment, and it doesn't really matter on the camera, I want to say. In some situations it does. Like, if you have the worst camera in the world with the best lens, I'm sure you won't get the best results, right? For low light, this camera can handle it no problem. I shoot street photography. I don't know what you guys shoot, but what I use it for, with my experience, I love it. It's a perfect camera for the reasons why I use it for. It's a very good camera for photography, for street photography, for portraits, for low light photography, for videos in HD. In my opinion, I wouldn't use 4K, as I said. So yeah, so that's like the main reason why I bought this camera, because this camera checks most of my check marks on the checklist that I needed. That it is, I believe it's a great choice for you. If you're someone that's starting YouTube or wants to get more involved with videos, I believe this camera is a great choice for you. It has a flip screen, it has everything you need, in my opinion. I wanna know if you guys like this camera. I wanna know what you guys think about this camera. So yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments. If you guys enjoyed this video, please smash that like button. It does a lot when you guys like the video. Woo, it goes a long way. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces. I love this shutter. It just feels so premium. Again, I haven't shot with like world-class cameras like the Canon R5 and stuff like that, so I don't know how it sounds, but this camera, compared to the RP, it sounds so much better. And like, to me, like, shooting, I feel like a pro. Like, I just feel nice.